Welcome to another live stream. In this video, we're going to go over 5 side hustle mistakes that are costing you money. Now, this is big because you don't want to waste your time when you're on the road. So this is going to be a very important live stream. Appreciate you being here. And let me know down below in the comments where you're watching from. Now, this is big. Again, five side hustle mistakes that are costing you money. Now, if this is the first time that you and I are meeting, my name is Mike. And I started in this gig economy in 2015, back in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Now, today I'm coming to you from San Diego, California, but really I've been in this gig economy really close to 5 years now, starting with the Uber platform, adding Lyft shortly thereafter, then adding delivery platforms as well. And during that time, I've completed 5,000 trips and transactions. And this channel is dedicated to your success in this gig economy. So if you are new here, we'd love to have you as a subscriber. So we're going to jump right into this. And we have to answer this question number one. Before we even get into the apps, before you even really decide, what might be best for me, you got to answer this question. What's your problem? What do I mean by that? Well, we all have problems here that we need to answer. And, my problems, I'll come up here for you. Hi. My problem really, when I first started back in Pittsburgh, was really all of these things that I list here. And actually, let me know your problems that you're looking to solve with your side hustle in the live chat or in the comment section if you're watching this in the replay. But I was sitting around in 2015. I found myself not really doing much. And, I was working a 9 to 5. I was working in customer service, but I wanted to do more, frankly. The nights that I didn't go out, I didn't just want to sit around. I didn't just want to watch TV or play video games, which is what I was doing. That leads to, you can see here, boredom. I'm sitting around, and then it leads to the third point, accomplishments. Which do you share any of these problems? Let me know. But I was sitting around, I'm like, you know what? I'm not really doing anything. I would love to generate some extra income. I'm kind of bored, I'm not really doing anything, and I want a sense of accomplishment. The 9 to 5 was fine, but it was very predictable. Working it was a call center, answering, what was it, like 120 calls a day. I wanted to do more. So you need to ask yourself in this side hustle, am I looking for extra money, or is this needed money? Or maybe this is both. Am I looking to start a side hustle to catch up on bills? Or maybe you're saving up for a large purchase. The side hustle is just that. It can be fantastic for generating that side income. So maybe you're saving for a trip, and maybe you're saving for a large purchase. These apps in the side hustle can answer that problem for you. Well, let's not ignore the current landscape. Have you lost your job during this pandemic? And I get it. It is tough right now. To be real, I'll be very, here, we'll come full screen for this. I'll be very transparent with you. I lost my job twice, pretty recently here. Now, one was because a company went under, and the most recent one was because the job just wasn't a good fit for me, in my direction. Now, what did I do? Did I adapt? Did I, go all in? Well, yeah. I made my side hustle my full-time hustle. And actually right now, YouTube and this side hustle, that is my full-time job. But for those of you in this pandemic, if you lost your job, that's a new problem. What are you doing to address that problem? Are you going all in? Are you looking at side hustle apps? Frankly, again, it goes to that first point there. Is this needed money? Well, for some of you, it may just be social. Let's be real here. With the pandemic, even pre-pandemic, there's nothing wrong with wanting to do these side hustles just to mix it up. That's fine. If you want to do Uber and Lyft, if you want to do DoorDash or Uber Eats just to get out, and frankly, that's kind of a fringe benefit of some of these apps, is just getting out, seeing your city, and of course, kind of the big thing here is generating money for you. Jamie, I see in here. Guillermo, thanks for being here. And Miss Day, am I saying that correctly? Thanks for being here, guys. Now check out this quote. More than 70 million Americans have a side hustle right now. 45% of the workforce. That's from entrepreneur.com. So this side hustle thing, it's a real thing. It's a real opportunity. Otherwise, this many people wouldn't be doing it. Now, there's a lot of scenarios here. Again, it goes back to the problem solving. For some of us, we need this side hustle to pay the bills. I get that. And thankfully, there's even an option, an easy option to do a side hustle. I mean, we're not talking about starting a business from scratch here. We're not talking about buying a franchise. We're talking about a side hustle that you can basically get started in about 2 weeks. You apply to the background check, you have the vehicle, you have appropriate insurance, and you get approved. You can start to make money in pretty much 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks. That's the time that it takes to do these background checks. So this is a very real opportunity right now. The side hustle. Is it going to make you a millionaire? No. Is it going to make you a 100,000aire? No. No. And in most marketplaces, I'll be real with you, I don't even recommend the side hustle for full-time income. Let me just repeat that. The side hustle for full-time income. In my opinion, a lot of marketplaces don't support that. So I want you to be realistic here if you're new. And actually, in fact, let me know if you're new to the side hustle. Type #new in the live chat or down below in the comments so I can see how many of you are new to this whole side hustle thing. But you gotta be realistic. But having said that, let's go over the mistakes that you may be making whenever you start this side hustle that, again, it's costing you money. How do I know that? I have done some of these things. Speak from my experience here, doing this for 5 years, 5,000 trips and transactions. These mistakes are very real. Yolanda, thanks for being here. Christine, thanks for being here. Appreciate that. So problem number 1, you think it's effortless. And why would you think that? Well, there's really a low barrier of entry. A lot of these apps, you need to be 18, 19, you need to be 21 for Amazon Flex, Uber, and Lyft. But other than that, as long as you can pass a background check, as long as you don't have any major moving violations, DUI, unfortunately, you don't qualify. If you have obviously more serious moving infractions, when it comes to your driving background reports, obviously you're not going to qualify. But as long as you have insurance, you have a vehicle, you're of age, and you can pass a background check, generally, there's a low barrier of entry. Now, when you're driving, please do not have a set it and forget it mentality. I have done this, again, since 2015. Do I do the same things as when I drove in 2015? I don't. Don't have this set it and forget it, repeat to one thing that's kind of worked, and then just keep doing that and never adapt. Next, you're not doing any research. It goes back to that last point. If I asked you what app you drive for, well, I drive for Uber Eats. Or I drive for DoorDash. Okay, great. You should be able to answer the question. If I asked you, what days are busiest in your marketplace? And then you tell me, it's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Great. What times? And then you mention, maybe 4 until 9 p.m. or so for the dinner rush. Okay, great. Do you know if that changes throughout the year? What are the biggest days in your specific marketplace? I'm not even talking about, let's say, Uber and Lyft. Well, it's Halloween, it's New Year's Eve. Those are big days for rideshare. Well, great. If I asked you, what are other days in your marketplace that spike for delivery? That spike for maybe grocery delivery, maybe rideshare? You need to be able to answer those questions. And you're also not doing any comparison. If I asked you, if you're in Cleveland, if you're in Miami, wherever, if I asked you, okay, well, how is the marketplace in Cleveland? How is it in Tampa, right? Austin? How does Uber Eats behave differently than DoorDash in Los Angeles? The different niches, the different apps, you have to be comparing here. Problem number 2, this is a big one. You're ignoring the true cost. And I think this is something that could really hurt you if you're new to this side hustle here. I get it. You're excited, you sign up, you get activated, maybe you get some gear if they give you any kind of onboarding swag, and you're ready to make some money. That's fantastic. That's great because you're on your hustle. And firstly, let's just take a time out here to shout out you that you're actually doing this, whether this be, if this is a side hustle or if this is a full-time hustle. Shout out to you because we mentioned there's a low barrier of entry. That doesn't mean that this is easy. There's some risks here, and let's actually go through some of these risks and the costs. Problem number two, you're ignoring the cost. Obviously, gas and depreciation. Let's put it out there. You know, let's not hide behind, oh, this is great. You can make some amazing money. And there is opportunity to make some really good money with these side hustle apps. But let's not ignore the very true costs. Full-time driving can easily add 1,000 miles to your vehicle per week. Easy. If you're driving 5 days a week, I mean, if you're driving part-time, you can do 100 miles a day, especially with apps like rideshare, you know, where you're really at the mercy of the ride. You can't really filter down those rides as easily as maybe other apps. So 1,000 miles per week. And actually, let me know in the live chat in the comments here, how many miles are you putting on your vehicle? LJ, hey, thanks for being here. Appreciate you being on the premiere earlier. Kathy, thanks for being here. I have finished shifts that I look at my odometer at the end of the shift, and yeah, it's like 115 miles for that shift. And then I'm thinking, well, what about all my personal driving? Maybe I went to the gym, maybe I went to the cafe, I ran errands. Oh, there's more miles. I drove like 150 miles today. It's a pretty good amount of driving. Times what? 7 days? There you go. Well, next, and this is extremely important if you're new, all earnings are before taxes. These side hustle apps, you are an independent contractor, at least in most marketplaces. There's a lot of challenges in the court system about that classification. But for now, these app earnings are before taxes. So I want you to plan on saving about 20 to 30% of your gross revenue for taxes. That sounds like a lot, and it is. And I am not a CPA. I'm not a tax professional. I say, why not overshoot it? Why not save more than you think you need to save? Because if you don't need it, you have it. Versus the inverse, which is not a good problem to have, is not saving enough. And then you owe more than you thought come tax time. Now also, you need to check with your CPA or your tax professional regarding estimated quarterly taxes. Now, again, not legal or tax advice, but there may be a penalty if your state requires quarterly taxes and you don't pay it. Now, from my readings, it's not a big penalty, but just keep that in mind. Again, that's a conversation for you and your CPA. Also, there's no benefits. Keep that in mind, especially if you're doing this full time. There are no benefits. So if you are going to go all in, and shout outs to you if you're doing this full time, but of course there's no benefits. So that's something you're going to have to pay out of pocket. You're going to have to do your research and obviously take that into consideration with your side hustle or I guess full-time hustle business. Jamie says, I'm not comfortable with rideshare. I'll do deliveries all day. Yeah, guys, let me know what app you're driving in the side hustle. And I appreciate you guys being here. 34 in the live chat. Actually, let me know if you're getting value. And if you appreciate this live stream, drop me a like. It really helps me out. Appreciate you being here. Let's jump back into it. Safety risks. I'm so glad that you guys are here because this is massive. I mean, it's something that we ignore. I mean, if you're young, if you're able-bodied, I get it. You're like, yeah, I didn't even think about that. There's not really any safety risks. I'm in my 20s. I'm in my 30s. I mean, really any age. If you feel healthy, you're like, yeah. This is probably way, way back in your mind. I'm going to bring this to the forefront here, though. The bending, the twisting, the lifting, the road hazards, on-foot deliveries. Let's think about that point for a second. You're on foot. You're delivering. If you're delivering for Shipt, if you're delivering for DoorDash, you're on foot outside of your vehicle in a variety of different areas in your marketplace. That means unknown neighborhoods, apartment complexes. Have I ever felt threatened doing a delivery? The question just kind of popped up in my head. I'm trying to think about that. Have I ever really felt threatened during a delivery? Not really, straight up threatened, but there has been, complexes and neighborhoods where I'm like, all right, I'm going to make this delivery and then get back to my vehicle, right? So consider the safety risks. And again, the first point is the bending, the lifting, twisting. If you're doing Amazon Flex, you're going to be loading packages into your vehicle. So consider that as well. Problem number 3. You're assuming that, this app is best. Yeah, this one's pretty good. What's most popular? I've heard this Uber thing is pretty popular. I'm going to sign up for that. I'm done. It's too one-sided. Again, it goes back to the point of thinking this is effortless. What type of work do you want to do? I would answer this question first. What type of work do you want to do first, and then choose the app that best fits that versus kind of the backwards of that. Going back to what's most popular. What have I heard is easiest? What have I heard pays the best? Think about that. If you're like, well, I've heard that DoorDash pays pretty well, it may, but again, don't just assume that that's the best app for you. Nextly, how strenuous or physically demanding should this work be? We talked about those safety issues. Do I want to do Flex? Do I want to load the packages in my vehicle? Do I want to do ride share? Do I want to have, let's straight up, do I want a stranger in my vehicle like a foot away from me during a pandemic? Do you want to do ride? Let's even ignore the pandemic. Do you want a stranger in your vehicle? Yes, then Uber and Lyft may be good for you. If no, then not. Do I want to get out of my vehicle a decent amount of times and just manage food, having the food in my car, having the smells in my car, managing spills, navigating apartment complexes, and maybe then delivery might be a good option for you. Next, do you want to work on different platforms, or do you want to create your own? This is, I think, really ignored in this side hustle. And that's number 4, ignoring digital platforms and opportunities. What do I mean by that? Well, we always think of this side hustle, this gig economy as, okay, well, I have to drive for one of these apps. It has to be rideshare, delivery, grocery, parcel, or scooter charging. There's a lot of other side hustle opportunities. Do not limit yourself to thinking that this side hustle is just apps. That's big because I know that's the majority. Well, that's all of what we talk about here on this channel, but I want you to go even bigger than that. The affiliate programs. We mentioned this in the last live stream. There's money out there if you have a platform. And let me be real with you here. I mentioned in the last live stream that some of these platforms, these affiliate programs, require a minimum followership. Like Amazon Associates may require 500 followers, but I want to bring this to your attention here. The Walmarts, the Best Buy, the B&H Photo, I'll say most every large retailer has an affiliate program, and most of them do not require a followership. Why wouldn't you sign up? If it's a free program, like Best Buy, basically anyone can sign up for the Best Buy affiliate program. If you're a believer in that business, if you're like, yeah, I shop at Best Buy a lot, and they have great products, great selection, what have you, I want to direct traffic there, sign up, and whenever, if you're in message boards, let's say, if you're in other communities, Reddit communities on Medium, what have you, comments section, you can share your affiliate links there, and whenever someone clicks and shops using that link, you get a commission. Now, caveat with that, some of those communities have terms as far as posting affiliate links, so make sure to read that because no one likes spammers. And here's another thing. whenever you're contributing to those message boards, I would do the value, 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 and then an ask. It's akin to Gary Vaynerchuk's jab, 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 right hook book, where he states, you want to add value, 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 jab, 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 and then right hook. Go for the ask. Go for the promotion. So in those message boards, I would do the same thing. I would just provide value, 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 and then an ask, which is you saying, hey, here's an affiliate link, but that's not how you're going to do it. You're going to use affiliate links by answering questions. Maybe that forum is about, cars, let's say, and the topic turns to safety. You can say, well, hey, I've been using this dash cam for 6 months, and it's really easy. The price is fair. The quality of the footage is great. It's called this. And actually, here's a link where you can get it easily. And that's your affiliate link. And again, go through the terms of the community, because some of them you may need to disclose that that's an affiliate link. And in my opinion, just for legal purposes, it may be good to disclose that anyway on any forum. In fact, all of my videos have a disclosure link. You get the point. Moving on. If you have interest in speaking to an audience and teaching, I think now is the best time to start YouTube or to start streaming on Twitch. We can see here, during this pandemic, YouTube streaming has increased by 15%. That's not just streaming, that's the viewership has increased by 15%. On Twitch, even more, 31%. So if you want to talk about anything, consider starting now. You don't have to have 20 years experience to get started. And over time, these platforms can generate passive income for you. I've been doing YouTube since January of 2017. So what am I, coming up on 4 years? Yeah, coming up on 4 years. That's not a ton of time. And I'm generating thousands of dollars every month from this YouTube channel. And that's through hard work, that's through persistence. And again, because the numbers here, now may be the best time. In fact, the site that you're looking at to the right, yourdrivermike.com, it's going to have courses to help you start a YouTube channel if that's something you're interested in. But I'll tell you, the platform that I believe in, Podia, where I host that website, it's another income stream because I'm providing value to my audience right now on yourdrivermike.com/delivery. If you are new to delivery, please look into that. yourdrivermike.com/delivery. Expiring on Sunday. If you use code Dominate Delivery, you get 20% off that course. It's an hour and a half of straight value. There's zero fluff. There's zero, lifestyle content, we'll say. It's just straight up value, an hour and a half of content. It's going to go over your vehicle, your setup, these apps, strategy, peak pay, bonuses. So look into that. That expires on Sunday at midnight. Hey guys, I appreciate you being here. Do that in here. Supercharger, Cindy, Special. I see you guys in here. If you guys are getting value in this live stream, definitely drop me a like. And to take control of the Philips Hue lights behind me, it's during the day, so you can't see it too much. But if you drop a super chat, super sticker, you can take control of the Philips Hue lights behind me. Problem number 5. You're thinking and staying small. I mean, I want to come at you this live stream, apparently. I'm going to come at you. We got to say it. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. So if you're thinking and you're staying small in your side hustle, where are you going? Because, again, I'm going to be real with you. If you're doing this gig economy, you're only going to earn so much. Think about that. You can only earn so much. You can earn like what, $30 an hour with the DoorDash, maybe $20, $25 an hour with rideshare, what have you. Of course, that varies by marketplace. That's it. And there's nothing wrong with that. There can be some good money in there. If you're on your hustle, you can make some real money. But are you looking to expand past that? Let's say you can make $40,000, $50,000, maybe $60,000 a year. we'll say net, we'll say you're grinding away and that's your net revenue after all expenses. Do you want to make more than that? And again, I mean, the goal for everyone's different. It doesn't matter what your goal is. Work for your goal. I'm not here to push you to any certain number. But just keep that in mind. If you want to really hit some big numbers, if you're trying to hit the 70, 80, 100 plus thousand a year, you're going to have to build multiple income streams, like the Podia, like I talked about, like the Amazon affiliates. Just think about that. So like I mentioned, have you thought about building multiple revenue streams? Because from all the readings, the research that I have done, when you're looking at massively successful, wealthy individuals, and again, success is defined completely different. I'm not saying you have to have six figures to be successful. But the readings and podcasts, what have you, from, we'll say, financially successful individuals, they all have multiple revenue streams. So if you want to hit those goals, I want you to hit those goals, but you're not going to do it just driving for DoorDash, just driving for Uber. So I love this quote. This quote is, lifelong leaders are lifelong learners. A thought leader here on YouTube, Sean Cannell, that helps YouTubers blow up their YouTube channels, he uses this quote a lot. I'm not sure the original source of this, but this is a quote that he uses a lot. Lifelong leaders are lifelong learners. Have you read any books recently? Have you maybe turned off Spotify to listen to an audiobook? And I mean, it's challenging. I'm not here to dictate what you're going to do. We all have our own goals. We all have our own paths. But if you want to just blow up, if you want to go further, consider this quote. Because I think this is so powerful in this side hustle here. So if you're new to the side hustle, or if you're considering signing up, or if you know somebody that is getting into this side hustle, consider sharing this stream. Because these mistakes, I feel like a lot of these mistakes get ignored. And I want you to keep this in mind whenever you're driving, because it's very real. I don't want you to say like, well, I signed up for this app. It went pretty good. Yeah, I just drive for this app and you never try any other apps. So having said that, I appreciate you being on this live stream. I'll link another video that's going to help you out in the card above. Now, if you have any questions, I do hang around in the live chat. I hang around in the comments section after this live stream, so I'll be there answering any questions. Oh, by the way, if you haven't done so already, because it's hard to communicate with everyone in the comments section, we actually have a Discord community. It's coming up on 200 members. I'm excited to see that grow every single day. And Discord is going to allow you to talk to other drivers in real time, live. I'm obviously on there all the time. So that just allows us to really carry on a conversation in a way that we can't do in the comments section. So that's linked down below if you want to join that Discord community. And lastly, thank you for being here. Respect to you for getting into this side hustle, for digging in. If you're doing this part-time or full-time, shout outs to you, because this is not easy, especially now, being on the road. So I appreciate you being here, and I appreciate you getting on your hustle there. So I'll see you next time. Drop a like on your way out, and I'll see you in the next video.